Wine from agave syrup. Can it be done? Yes. Will it taste good? I don't know. We'll find out. For this recipe, we will be using enough agave syrup to reach a starting gravity of 1.1. It comes in a variety of grades, just like maple syrup, from really light to really dark. Go for the really dark stuff, the darkest you can get, which happens to be raw, unfiltered agave syrup or nectar. That's the stuff with the most flavor in it. Number 2, spring water. You can use tap water if yours tastes good and delicious, but mine does not. Number 3, QA23 yeast. Inspired by doing the most, I've come to learn that QA23 tends to make a really good maple syrup wine, so I figured, all right, maybe it'll make a good agave wine. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Agave syrup is made from the agave plant, just like tequila. They then take the syrup, ferment it, and distill it. That's how you get liquors. You distill, you don't just ferment. We're only gonna be fermenting the syrup into a wine. So this is like tequila's younger cousin, or brother, or weird uncle. It's just, pick your metaphor. We're not making tequila, but we're making something kind of sort of in the same very big family. This is my sanitation station. You don't want any germies, any buggies to get into your brew and ruin it because it costs money, it took time to make it. So get Star San Sanitizer, dilute it in a gallon of water, and leave all of your equipment and tools in there. This is a 1.5 gallon fermenter that I got from Northern Brewer. There's a link in the description if you would like to get one yourself. All we're gonna do here is pour the gallon of water just right into it. I'm just gonna pour in one of these little containers, okay? I'm gonna stir it up. It's about a pound, so I'm gonna stir it in here, take a gravity reading, and that'll basically tell me what the specific gravity is for agave syrup, and then I can calculate how much more I'm gonna have to add to get to my starting gravity of 1.1, which is what I'm going for. So it's at about 1.040, that's pretty good. I'm gonna add 1.5 more of those little containers. And I pretty much nailed it. 1.100. So here you will see that I'm following the Tailored Organic Staggered Nutrient Addition Protocol, TOSNA. The reason I'm using TOSNA for this is that agave syrup is pretty similar to honey, and both are pretty deficient in nutrients, so you have to supplement with some sort of nutrient regimen, and I'm gonna set it aside and let it rehydrate for 10 to 20 minutes. Here it is, nice and murky, ready to go. All I've done here is attached the lid, the bung, and the airlock. I really like these 1.5 gallon fermenters because you can get more than a gallon of wine. So what can you expect as this fermentation happens? Expect there to be activity in the airlock. Fermentation is the production of alcohol and carbon dioxide by yeast. So if you're not seeing any carbon dioxide going through that airlock, there's no alcohol either, okay? Number 2. Expect this fermentation to take about 2 weeks. It may even take just 1 week. Number 3, expect to have to rack this at least once in order to get it ready to bottle. But I will have all that in video number 2, so don't go anywhere. Come back for that one. It should be here in a couple weeks. Finally, if you want to have a sweet agave wine in the end, expect to have to back sweeten this a little bit, okay? QA23 has a high enough alcohol tolerance that it should be able to eat through all of the sugar in this fermentation. Okay, so if you want it to be sweet in the end, you're gonna have to add some agave syrup back. So if you've used all of it, go get some more. And there we go, that's part 1. Part 2, as I said, will be out in a couple weeks. Come back here to check it out. But in the meantime, have a great day. Bye-bye. Number 2, expect the fermentation to take about 2 to